Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Welcome back to another edition of the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. This is the Marvelous One. Back at it again with Dale. Yo, man. Tough loss, man.
Yo. What can I say? This is getting annoying / tiring. This is almost the same game as we saw with when Dak first came into the league and they played the Packers and there was Aaron Rodgers. They put themselves in a hole. Their second half, they scored all these points. Only difference is that they scored all the points, but Packers had stopped scoring in that original game where he was a rookie.
Mm.
But this time, I mean, people saying how bad the defense was, but seriously, this was an offensive loss to me. I'm sorry. There's no way I can look around this. I know they put up a lot of points, but the offense was doing 3 and outs. You're going 3 and out. I mean, you had 0 points the first half until the last 2 seconds.
Yep.
You scored with 2 seconds on the clock.
Well, but the score was already 27-0 at that point.
It was already 27-0 at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And one of those 7 was your pick 6.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was just a disaster, man. From the very, very beginning, I never felt like we had a shot to come back in that game. Once we went down 14-0, I was like, I didn't feel like we had a shot to come back at that point. It was just bad. It was just bad. And then off of one of those interceptions that Dak threw, you know what I'm saying? They scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? At what point does the offense take responsibility for leaving the defense on the field the whole time?
Right. Yeah, no, I think that interception came when the Packers already had a 14-0 lead.
They already had a 20-0 lead.
No, oh, you talking about the pick 6?
Okay. I thought that's what you were talking about.
There was an interception before the pick 6.
Right.
Where he tried to throw the slant to Cooks, and it was intercepted. And it was just like it was just like this snowball effect. It was just getting worse and worse and worse. And I don't know if it's just like, the playoff jinx for you guys, man, but it just seemed like this crew of players. Well, you gotta even go to the crew of players with Romo. Just the playoffs, man. I don't know. You guys just kind of choke. I don't know.
Well, that's it is what it is. It's been this long. When I had the number 1 seed, when I had number 2 seed, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, you can't lose to the worst seed. You can't lose to the 7th seed.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? When you have position, and the whole NFC was down. That's the bad part. The whole NFC was down. There was pretty much one dominant team remaining, and that was San Francisco.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And they lost to the lowest seed that you could possibly have in the playoffs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man.
It's just terrible. But, I think Dak is who he is. I don't think he's going to get any better. He's been doing this since 3rd year in the league.
Yep.
3rd year in the season.
So how many
time it's a big game, he has a bad game.
How many years has it been for Dak now?
8. This is 8th season.
He is who he is now, man. That to me, that's enough of data to determine that this is who this guy is. He's not going to. He's already reached his ceiling. He's not going beyond this. It might be time for a change, even at quarterback. I think a coaching change is coming.
I mean, it's hard to say. You win 12 games 3 years in a row.
Right.
You lead the league in touchdown passes.
Right.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I think he was like 2nd in quarterback rating. You know what I'm saying? You put all these stats up, but when a big game comes, you cannot handle the truth. It's like every time, and you're losing to quote unquote inferior quarterbacks.
Right.
You lost to Brock Purdy, Jordan Love, and Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah. That's your last 3 playoff losses. That's not good.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, and I've already told you, I think Dak is I say elite at times, or has played as an elite quarterback. But to me, if you're telling me that he plays well during the regular season, he gets you 12 wins during the regular season, and some kind of way he chokes in the playoffs, to me, that me looking from there, the outside in, it looks to me like coaching is the problem. Like they're not breaking his tendencies, right?
Well,
You're going into this game.
This
Like,
is the thing, though, Marv. He's had 3 offensive coordinators since he's been in the league in 8 years.
but look at
Get the
it
same
like
result.
this. That pick six, that seemed like that may have been a play you guys often run, and you guys have tendencies. And that defensive back, he never went to the left.
Oh, he went right to it.
He went right to that play.
CD Lamb.
He didn't
see?
flinch. He knew
Yep.
the tendencies. He
Yep.
went right to it. And to me,
Yep.
that's a coaching problem. That to me, Mike McCarthy should be calling a tendency breaking play, right? Okay, I know you normally look off to the right and throw left. All right, let's go right. You know what I'm saying? They're not doing those tendency breaking plays. And I know teams do that.
Well, look how it happened though. CD Lamb was about 10 yards behind the guy from where he caught it.
Mhm.
Okay. What kind of pass are you trying to throw 10 yards further down the field that the guy intercepts it 10 yards in front of the intended receiver and then takes it back to the house?
Well, it depends. Well, I hear you, but to me, it looked like a timing play. Like Dak was looking right, and then he immediately went left. Like he was expecting the CeeDee Lamb to be in a certain spot at a certain time, and the ball was going to lead him there. It was like a play that they round off in, and it's all about timing. But that defensive back knew that play was coming.
Yeah.
No hesitation.
Yeah. I mean, is it? Do you say that those tendencies are the same thing that got him to lead the league in touchdown passes?
I say so. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? But that's what I'm saying. So how we didn't have those tendencies until the playoffs?
Well, I mean, over time, I mean, they get to look at 17 games that he's played. They get to see what you ran all season. Talking about the Packers,
I don't think that they actually played that play. It was just a defense where that safety was going to play the flats because their defense is where the safety will run and play the flat or play the underneath. And I just think that safety in that particular play was supposed to play up in that flat right there. And he was running down to it, and that just throwing the ball on the way down to the flat. I mean, it was. I don't think that it was something where he just knew that actual pass was about to happen.
So wait, what play are you talking about? I'm talking about the slant.
I'm talking about the safety. I'm talking about the safety that came down. Yeah, the pick six. There's only one pick six. When the safety came down, his zone, he was running towards his zone to cover.
So?
Yes, he was running towards his zone to cover. And on the way there, here comes the ball. He just kept running.
Okay.
You know
okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a good defensive. I'm saying it's a good defensive play call, but I don't think that they were just like, okay, he's about to run the slant. Let's run underneath the slant.
That's the impression I got. That's the impression I got. I got the impression he knew that play was coming. He saw it. He visualized it all week, ready for that play, and he stepped right in front of it. It was a slant, like because this slant was an inside slant. It wasn't an outside slant. So it wasn't like he was running to the out. He ran to that inside slant and took that joint to the house.
Yeah, he was running towards the flat, to the short flat. That's what I was saying. So he was coming from his safety position, running to that short flat, and on the way there, here comes the damn ball. You know what I'm saying? and it's like, you know, I've been in those type of situations where, you know, sometimes just the right defense is called, and you know, you're supposed to play the 5-yard flat, but they tell you to act like you're playing the third quarter, the quarter 3, and you're all the way back like you're going to play deep. And when the ball snaps, because you know they're going to run a hook, your only responsibility is to run up. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about behind you. So you're back, ball snap, you just start booking up, and the person runs the same hook because, you know,
and sometimes the ball hits
choice routes, and the ball's coming already. You running full speed.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You put your hands up to protect yourself.
Right, exactly. Basically, you know what I'm saying? And it's already coming. You know what I'm saying? I thought that because if you look at the play, he was already running down there before the ball was thrown. He was already
right. That's what I mean. He was already coming down. That's why I felt like he knew that play was coming. But if he was running to the flats and he just happened to get to the ball, I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, that happens, and that play could have been designed for that thing, but I just don't think that player just randomly ran over there just to do just because he thought that slant was coming. He was running. I think he was running toward his coverage.
Oh, okay,
But,
okay.
But anyway, that the whole moral to the story is, I think Dak is what he is. We cannot make him the highest paid. We cannot make him the highest paid player in the league.
Too late
with that performance. You can't. And like I said, it's been the last 3 years. You've been 12. We won 12 games the last 3 years. That's playoff level, and you went out either the first or the second round.
So what do? Do you get rid of Dak?
You can't pay him. Well, if Dak was going to get paid what he's getting paid now, get a little bump, and not go for $60 million a year, then yes, you can keep him, right? Because you can keep him for the money, and you can put players around him.
Something has to change. What happened?
But McCarthy has to go.
Okay, so McCarthy has to go.
He's not a leader of men. He's just not a leader of men. He cannot motivate those players to get to the level they're supposed to. And that's the same reason he got fired in Green Bay. Same reason he got fired in Green Bay. He lost the players.
Right.
You know, there's all kind of stories of Aaron Rodgers ignoring him and running a whole other play.
And running a whole different play. Well, you know I mean, he did that to the current coach in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, but he built that type of power. Because when he's been with a franchise that long, winning a championship and setting as many records and MVPs as he did, he's earned that right to ignore the coach and say, "Screw you, I'm running my own play." So
yeah, but see, what I'm hearing is, excuse me about the cover, coming down with something. What I'm hearing is that he doesn't allow Dak to modify plays, so he doesn't allow him to audible to different plays, which is asinine in an 8th year of a quarterback.
Right.
He's been in your system for 4 years.
Right.
He's had 3 straight 12 years. Remember, we had McCarthy for 4 years because he came in the first year where Dak got hurt.
Right.
Right. So, and all in all, McCarthy is doing exactly what I thought he would do.
Mm-hmm.
He's number one. I don't think the players really respect him, like they would, like say a Jimmy Johnson. He fails to adjust. That's why when we win big. But when we're losing, we can't adjust and come back to win. Well, there's very few games I remember that we came back down 14 points and came back to win.
All right.
And that's because he fails to adjust. And of course, he doesn't have much knowledge of the defensive side of the ball. That's always been his problem, even when he was with Green Bay.
Well, I tell you this, from what I can tell, when you win 12 games in the regular season and you go into the playoffs and you get annihilated by the 7th seed, which didn't even exist, 2-3 years ago.
Yep.
To me, that's coaching. That's coaching. Something has to change.
It is. It's definitely a part of coaching, but your players have to step up in the big games, though.
Yeah, but if they're not prepared,
these bad games. He's had bad games since his rookie season.
I hear you, but to me, the players went in that game not prepared.
I agree. No, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Not that sacked him that one time.
Yeah, not that the Packers are superior talent-wise. I don't believe that. I don't think that the Packers are more superior talent-wise. I think coaching-wise, it was obvious that their players knew what was coming, and they were there. Yeah. They were sitting there waiting for it.
Yeah, they were 7.5-point underdogs. I mean, nobody thought that they had more talent. Their defense has been basically a sieve over the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Yeah,
I mean, their offense now, Jordan Love has been playing, like I said, over the last, I think it was 6 or 7 weeks. He had like 18 touchdowns and 1 interception. So the offense came alive, but you can't do stuff like, give them the most points that he's ever scored. Give Romeo Dobbs his first 100-yard games ever. You know what I'm saying? You can't do stuff like that. I mean, it's an all-around loss. The defense wasn't that they have a whole lot to put their head on either. No sacks, barely any pressures, and people were just running wide open in the secondary, just wide open. I mean, the separation, the yards of separation that they were getting was just incredible.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Incredible.
well, it seemed like your defensive backs were undercutting routes. The Packers knew they were going to do that. I saw a couple of they were doing the what is this route called?
Zig out.
Yeah,
They'll zig in and then
they'll
zig
zig
back
in
out.
and zig out like a
Zig back
corner
out.
route.
Yeah,
Yeah,
zig in,
yeah.
zig out. Yep.
And
Yep.
they knew that your defensive backs were gonna, undercut
Go on
those
the first
routes.
move. That's
Yep,
right.
go with the first move. They undercut the routes, and then
Yep.
they zig out on a post route,
Yep.
post corner route.
Yep. Yep. A
Wide
post
open.
corner. That's what it
Yeah.
is. A post corner. And the thing was, they would get lost so bad. I mean, that one play where he was open, he ran for like about 45 yards. The dude zigged in, and the DB immediately looked at the quarterback.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the wide receiver's behind you. You gotta look. You gotta know where he's at.
But that's
then
my
he
point.
turns the other way, and he kept running.
Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point. This was a coaching masterclass. Like, watching you guys' tendencies, knowing what you did, what you like to do, and going against them, right? Knowing that you undercut slant routes, knowing that the defensive back looks back. And I thought it was a masterclass, man. And Jordan Love, you got to give credit. I mean, I didn't trust him all season. I kept telling you, I don't trust him.
You couldn't trust him all season.
But he stood back there. He took some hits as he was releasing them. Yeah, throwing off his back foot. Looked very much like Aaron Rodgers back there.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I mean, he looked comfortable. He looked very, very comfortable. And for my defense to have a quarterback where you're supposed to be like second in the league in sacks, that's unforgivable.
Right.
You can't do that. You can't sit there and leave that young quarterback back there comfortable, no pressure, no hurries. You're not moving them out of pocket, nothing. You're going to get torched if you do that. And then what happened was Quinn decided he was just he was getting torched so bad, man, he just said he's gonna run zone the rest of the game.
Oh yeah, Love started picking that
ran
part.
zone the rest of the game.
Yeah. It was kind of him waving a white flag. He was like, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing to stop him. Let's go zone. That's tough, man. That's tough.
And then on top of that, the dumb penalties we have, and it was just McCarthy just has to go. Ever since he's been there, we've been top 5 in penalties.
Well, come
we've
on,
been top 5 in penalties ever since McCarthy's been there. That's discipline.
That's
what I'm saying? That's
discipline.
you not putting discipline into your players to make sure that they're not making no stupid mistakes.
So what's the fix, man? Is it Bill Belichick?
No, I don't think it's Bill Belichick. I don't think it's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick, number one, I don't think Bill Belichick will ever work for Jerry Jones.
I don't think so either.
He needs to control everything, and he just got finished being the general manager and coach for 20 years there.
Yeah.
So he's not gonna go there and have to work with Jerry picking out the players and players he wants to pick
and doing interviews
he want to pick and not bringing in people that he want to bring in.
Well, not all that, he doing interviews and answering all the damn questions and everything. Oh yeah, exactly. Dak, he hurt his knee, and Bill Belichick don't give you no details like that.
Exactly, and Belichick is never going to sit there and play backup to Jerry Jones.
Right
there in that situation. He just
not. Well, do it. I know Bill Belichick. He's coming into Atlanta to be interviewed by the Falcons. They're seriously considering him, so we'll see what happens. I mean, that'll be interesting with him coming to the NFC South.
That will be interesting, just to see if he can turn that thing around.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't want him in my division. I don't want to deal with that. I'll be honest with you, but But speaking of coaching news, the Saints made a move. Not necessarily the move I was hoping that they would make. They fired the offensive coordinator. They've been talking about firing him since the beginning of the season. It was kind of a make or break season for him. This is our longtime offensive coordinator, Pete CarMichael, who's been with the team since the Super Bowl year.
Okay.
Right. So he has always been offensive coordinator, although Sean Payton calls the plays and takes a lot of credit for the offense. So
Sean Payton?
Yeah, so this is Sean Payton was the head coach. His offensive coordinator by title was Pete CarMichael. Right?
Right. Okay.
So during those years, for the past I think CarMichael's been around maybe 17, 18 years.
Okay.
So yeah, he's been around that long. He was always a coordinator the last 2 years, and the Saints let him go. He was kind of the scapegoat. I don't necessarily think he was the problem, but somebody had to go, and Dennis Allen wasn't going to fire himself, so he fired the offensive coordinator and hopefully that it resolves anything. I don't see how it can, because the trigger man is the same guy that struggled with the Raiders. And he struggled with us with Pete Carmichael, so I don't think much is going to change. But it's worth a try and getting somebody in, because now I think next year is Dennis Allen's last year. He's got to figure this out. He's got to make the playoffs, and if he wants to stick around. I'll be honest with you, Mike McCarthy, back in the early 2000s, he was our offensive coordinator. We had a lot of success with him. I wouldn't mind bringing him in.
Really?
Yeah.
Offensive coordinator, he might be all right. He just can't be the leader. He can't be the leader. He's leading the team.
Right.
He just
and I don't think Dennis Allen is a great leader. You know what I mean? He's a great defensive coach, defensive coordinator, but as the head coach, I mean, we've already seen it. Jameis Winston defied him at the last game of the season. So obviously the players don't respect him.
Yep.
And if he's gonna stick around, my opinion, Jameis Winston and Jamal Williams, they gotta go. Somebody's gotta go. I don't think this can coexist. If Jimmy Graham, who also tweeted that Jameis was right and F the Falcons and all that stuff, you go defy the coach. Somebody's got to go. The coach got to go, or the players got to go. Somebody's got to go.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no doubt.
We'll see about that. But in the meantime, right now, Pete Carmichael has been fired, and the Saints are moving on from him, and we'll see how this changes the offense.
Was Derek Carr on a 1-year deal?
No.
He was not.
He's on a 4-year deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at least got him for another 1 or 2 years.
We got, my understanding of the way the contract is broken out, the first 2 years are guaranteed. So he's going to be the quarterback next season.
Right.
So, and it's his last opportunity to figure it out. They keep talking about he's an elite quarterback. I got 10 years of data that says he's not.
Yep.
I mean, look, I'm not that I dislike the dude. I hate him. No, I got 10 years of data says that he's consistently inconsistent. I don't trust him. So we'll go with this again. Don't get me wrong. I think he's an average quarterback. I think he can get you 9-8 wins a season, which he did. But is he going to get you beyond that? Did he hit his ceiling already? Yes, I think he did. I don't think he can go beyond that, and that's where we are. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Maybe somebody come in and figure something out, or get us a fantastic running game that can take a lot of the pressure off him. So maybe Mike McCarthy will come.
Maybe. I mean, it's a couple of other plays. I mean, I think I need another receiver, like one more receiver too, as well.
Yeah. Because at one point y'all just constantly just went to CeeDee Lamb the whole game. It's like, well, damn, do you have any other receivers? I mean, Cooks every so often, but it was just like it was CeeDee Lamb no matter what. Yeah,
well, you saw the other receiver that had 100 yards was Michael Gallup of all receivers.
Well, I mean, it seemed like when he got opportunities, he made plays.
Yeah, he did that game, but he's not, he can't get separation anymore. So Michael Gallup definitely has to go. We need another receiver.
Damn, that dude been around for a long time. Wasn't he when Romo was on the team?
Yeah, he was. Yep. He was there when Romo was there.
Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.